how did this calling start? 38 years ago, I was an Orthodox, white, yeshiva boy from New York who was ordained 25 years ago. I was 25 years old. And I was asked, I had never met a Christian. I had never met an African-American friend. I grew up in Canada. There were very few at the time African-Americans. I then studied at yeshiva in New York. And I didn't have exposure to Christians or to African-Americans. And I was asked, as soon as I received my ordination, I was asked to lead a group of Christians to Israel. I said, why do these people want to go to my Israel? Maybe they want to go to Rome. Well, the tour company said, no, these aren't Catholics. These are evangelical Protestants. I said, oh. And then he continued, no, these are Pentecostals, premillennialists. I had no idea what he was talking about. But I led the tour. And it turns out that my roommate on this 12-day trip was a black Baptist minister, 86 years old, from Virginia. I said, oh my God, what am I going to do for 12 days with this man? I have nothing in common with him. Well, this man had saved for 8 years. Each month he showed me the stub of his checkbook. Each month he was able to save, this month's $35, this month's $45, till finally after 8 years, he was able to come on this tour. And I still remember it like yesterday, going out on the veranda our first day in Jerusalem and saying my prayers as I do every day with my prayer shawl and phylacteries as the Bible teaches us, overlooking Jerusalem, and tears came to my eyes as I felt I was in God's presence. And that night I came back a little bit late, and I opened the door, and I didn't go in because I saw my roommate leaning over the bed with his hands stretched towards heaven, and he was crying like a baby. And he kept saying, Lord, Lord, thank you. I'm luckier than Moses. Moses only got to see the promised land. I got to walk in it.
Amen.
And that, for me, was a moment that I felt was a calling. This 86-year-old black Baptist minister from Virginia and this newly ordained 25-year-old white rabbi from New York, we had everything in common. We had our tears of thanksgiving to God for bringing us home. And so I urge you, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. You're all welcome to our city, Jerusalem. You know why? Because it's your home. Shalom, shalom. And I'd like to present, brought it from Israel, the shofar now during this period of what's called the high holidays. The shofar is blown on Rosh Hashanah, as the Bible tells us to do in every synagogue. And the shofar has many meanings. It, of course, has the meaning of the sacrifice of Isaac and the sacrifices that we, as the seed of Abraham, whether you're grafted in, as Paul in Romans 9 says, or you're part of the physical seed, we all are part of the same root.
Amen.
And so there's the sacrifice. It also is the call to move ahead. As the Jews left Egypt in slavery into freedom and they went towards the promised land, this was what the call to move ahead. And I see under your leadership that this denomination, this movement is moving ahead to the promised land. And so I am very grateful for your leadership, Pastor Tolbert. I want to thank Mr. Anderson and all of you for welcoming me, and I would like to reciprocate the favor and invite you all to Israel, the Holy Land, where you can walk in the footsteps of Jesus and see the Bible come alive. And when you get there, I will be at the airport saying, "Shalom, my friends, welcome home." I'm very flattered that a biography, I'm not even dead yet, but a biography has been written about me called The Bridge Builder, because this has not been an easy journey. To build bridges and break down barriers and stereotypes often requires a lot of sacrifices. And this book describes some of them. And I didn't come here